So I'm assuming you noticed the jacket by now. I'll tell you what, when I open this thing, guys, at first I didn't expect something like this. I fucking love this. It doesn't even just, it's like, I'm not even just telling you guys that just to tell you guys that. I'm genuine, like, this is a comfy fucking hoodie. It really is. I was like, no way. And look, I'll even show you what they got on it. JCARTS Arts 13, and then even me on the TV. Oh my good golly, that is retro. Okay, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And guess what? You guys can get 10% off your order. Please do it, because I want them to know that they picked the right person for this. And you can enter JCARTS right there. Enter JCARTS at fanscustoms.com, and you guys can get 10% off your order when you head over there and do that. Like, seriously, that's badass. And it doesn't just help them out, it helps me out, you guys. You are building me up. I'm so appreciative. I'm so appreciative. I'm so appreciative when it comes to this stuff. I was blown away by it. I was like, okay, this is a definite. I gotta show this shit off, and I gotta get these guys 10% off their orders. That's a have to. That's like on my bucket list. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting you guys 10% off your orders right now. They are comfy. They are custom made. You have so many options. Go over there, check it out. I can't do justice talking about it on this little ad. I can't do justice to it. It's not possible. So please head on over there, right here in front of my screen right now. Look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. Go there right now. Let them know that I sent you there by entering JCARTS to get 10% off your order. You'll be helping me out a lot, guys. I am just struck. I'm struck. Like a bolt of lightning came out of the sky and fucking gifted me with a badass hoodie. Head on over there. Guys, welcome back to the channel, doing a very kind of anticipated video, which is the complete Blu-ray collection. Blu-rays that have been sent to me by fans, subscribers, movies I've collected over the years, just so many movies, so many movies. This is all alphabetized, by the way. This is not even all my Blu-rays, by the way. This is just as many I could fit on the table as I possibly could. So we're going to get started with the first stack here. And I'll try to go over some of the movies. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, because if I do that, this video is going to be probably like 5 hours long, and I just don't know if I can sit there for 5 hours and edit this thing. So, alright, let's go ahead and get started with the first Blu-ray we got, and again, alphabetized. And give me your opinions down below, and maybe give me some advice on movies I should pick up. So, 28 days later and 28 weeks later. You know what? I liked the first one a lot. I didn't care for the second one. I remember watching the second movie, and I have a movie reaction up on the channel right now, so you guys can actually go over there and watch it. But I remember watching the second movie and just being completely just annoyed by almost every single one of the characters. So yeah, it's not necessarily for me. So that's 28 days later and 28 weeks later. We got 30 Days of Night, which I like 30 Days of Night. I haven't seen it in a good long while, but I would like to go back and rewatch this one at some point. So 30 Days of Night, really good vampire film. Really, really fun time. 47 Meters Down. Haven't seen it yet. Really need to get around to that one. Shark movie, though. And we got 47 Meters Down Uncaged. Again, got to get to it. Got to watch it. Sent to me by a couple subscribers, so I can't remember who sent me it. I get sent a lot of stuff. You got to forgive me sometimes. The Addams Family. Grew up watching this thing, man. Love it to death. Love it. To me, this is the best adaptation of Addams Family we've ever had. I used to watch that all the time as a kid. I love it. American Psycho. American Psycho. You know, I've seen this one time, and it's not really a rewatch for me. I will watch it again at some point in the future, but Christian Bale, dude, this is his best performance, and I liked him as Batman, too, so, like, that's his best performance, hands down, that I've seen. An American Werewolf in London, classic. The transformation scene, what else can I say about it? It's a classic. Anaconda. Anaconda, yeah, I like it. It's a fun time. I mean, it's low budget, but hey, it's a fun time. Still need to check this one out, Annihilation. I still gotta watch this one. I haven't even seen Ex Machina yet. I don't think they have anything to do with each other, but I thought I'd mention Ex Machina. They kind of have like a similar vibe, I guess, going on. So, really need to get around to watching Annihilation. Natalie Portman is like getting big again, like out in the film world. This one's a fun time. I liked this one. I saw this one 2 years ago for the first time, Arachnophobia. I really liked it. I actually had a lot of fun with it. I like giant spider movies. The one I need to get is Eight-Legged Freaks. I fucking love Eight-Legged Freaks, but Arachnophobia was a good time. I think Eight-Legged Freaks is supposed to be like a parody of Arachnophobia or something like that, but John Goodman in this movie, dude, is just a lot of fun. I haven't seen this one yet. I actually thought I had seen it, but I actually saw Frankenstein's Army, not Army of Frankensteins. So I really need to get around to watching this one. I saw Frankenstein's Army, which I liked Frankenstein's Army. The Arrival. Haven't seen it yet. Charlie Sheen, Aliens. It sounds like a decent time. The Babadook. Babadook. That's the best I can do. I liked it. You know, I've seen this several times now, and I gotta say, what makes this movie hard to watch, and I think there's a lot of people who would agree with me on this one, what makes this movie really hard to watch, and it's not the kid's fault. The kid is just doing what he's told. The performance, he's doing what he's told. The kid is too obnoxious for me. I understand that was the point. You know, people are like, you're just missing the point of the movie. It's like, no, I know the point of the movie, but that doesn't mean I have to like a whining brat. It doesn't mean that at all, and this kid's a fucking whining brat, let me tell you. Bait 3D, haven't watched it yet. Looks like crazy good time. If we ever do B-Movie Blowout with my buddy Lane at some point, support us on Patreon. If we ever do B-Movie Blowout, that is something we will definitely be watching. The Banana Splits movie, a lot of fun, crazy little time. I didn't watch the show growing up, so I mean, someone like my mom who watched the actual show growing up will probably have a lot more of a crazy time than me watching this, but to me it was just a fun little slasher film. Classic. I don't really have to say much about Beetlejuice, but we got Beetlejuice here on Blu-ray. Will upgrade this to 4K when I can. It's a classic, and I cannot wait for the second one. The fact that Johnny Depp is now casted in it, it brings a lot of excitement to me. This is one I have not seen, the Belko Experiment. I haven't seen this one, and I do apologize about the glare. The only reason why it's glaring so bad is because my light's right there, and plus I have like a plastic sleeve over the front of it. So the Belko Experiment, I guess what it's supposed to be is like a battle royale. I've never seen battle royale, but this is what people tell me. It's like a battle royale at like an office building. So like that sounds like an interesting time. Another one I have not seen, Better Watch Out, but I did buy it because it looked interesting, and I liked the actors in it from The Visit, so I will give that a shot at some point. Here's another B-movie blowout possibility. Bigfoot. Oh my god, this looks like a lot of fun. Look at that. Does that not look like a good time to you guys? Oh god. I gotta watch that. This is possibly the best found footage film, and I will defend this as being the best found footage film. The Blair Witch Project. For what this movie did, I love it. I love it. I've seen it several times. I understand the hate, though. I really do. I understand it's a slow burn. Not a lot of interesting things are going on. It's just a group of kids a few kids who get lost out in the woods and are now being, like, plagued by whatever's out there. It's plagued is not the right term, but they're being terrorized by whatever's out in the woods. So, Blair Witch Project, I like it a lot. I understand the hate for it, but at the same time, I'm like, I think it's phenomenal. So, okay, that's the first stack out of the way. Now I just got to move some stuff, pull this stack up forward. And then we get to a not-so-great sequel, but it's okay, Blair Witch. I think about this sometimes. I do. I genuinely think about this movie sometimes, where I'm like, what could have been if you hadn't shown the witch? I think they blew it when they showed the witch. A giant, tall CGI woman. It really lanky. It wasn't nothing like I pictured the witch to look like. And I feel like they kind of ruined it, to be honest with you. I really do. I'm like, you guys, there's a reason why in the first film they never showed the witch. There's a reason why they never showed it, and you kind of just blew that right off blew the door right off, you know. The Blob, love it. This is the remake. I haven't seen the original one, but the remake was a lot of fun. Really great visual effects. I think it's a blast. I really wanted Michael to react to this one, but he hadn't got around to it, so hopefully someday he will. Blood Diner. I still need to check this one out, but a lot of people are telling me it's a good slasher. The Boy. I got a like-hate relationship. I'm not going to say love because I do not love this movie. I got like a like-hate relationship with this movie. I like the movie, but the ending pisses me off. The twist did not work for me. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love it. It's a great time. I did a movie reaction for it. A lot of you guys are actually trying to get me to watch the television show. I have not seen the television show, but I have seen the movie, and I do like the movie. I know this is more of a comedy, and the show's nothing like the movie, but that's what people tell me, at least. Ah, classic, The Burning. Yeah, this is not the typical Scream Factory release. This is the Stinky Tuna release of The Burning. I bought this when Stinky Tuna was still going, but The Burning here on Blu-ray. I love that cover. I think that's fantastic, but I like this movie a lot, as a matter of fact. I like it a lot. I think it does not get talked about enough. I would love to see, like, I would almost love to see a comeback to this movie. Maybe a remake or a sequel to this movie. I'd love to see that. Maybe Cropsey Lives. I don't know. One I have not seen, The Call. I haven't seen it. I have not seen a lot of recent Lin Shaye movies. The reason why is because I've kind of... this ain't fair, because I do like Lin Shaye, but to me, Lin Shaye is just almost doing anything anymore, so every time she's in a horror movie, I have very little hope that that thing is going to be, like, a great film. I just feel like she's doing it for the cash, which I don't blame her. She's kind of become her own horror icon in most recent years. Candyman, the original, really like this movie a lot. I think it's fantastic, as a matter of fact. I really need to check out the new one, but I do like Tony Todd's Candyman. I thought that was a powerful movie. Speaking of powerful movies, Carrie, the original Carrie. This is the best Carrie. What else can I say about Carrie that hasn't already been said? But Carrie is just so iconic. It's iconic. The prom scene, yeah. Carrie, the remake, which I actually think gets a lot more hate than it deserves. I like this remake. Yeah, it's pretty much a shot-for-shot remake. I like Chloe Grace Moretz as the character. I like Julianne Moore as the mother. I do like the movie a lot. Actually, I do think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. But was it unnecessary? Absolutely. This remake did not need to exist. But for what it was, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine little time. Case 39, I have not seen this one, so I can't really give my opinion on that. Cell, which I hear is just one of the worst Stephen King adapted movies of all time, but I own it because I wanted to watch it for myself, and I haven't got around to it yet for a lot of reasons. Oh, love this film. Now, I just know the glare on this thing is going to be nuts, so be ready for that. But The Changeling, I guess that's not too bad, but The Changeling with George C. Scott. Love this film. Watched this actually the other day. Again, creepy, atmospheric, haunted house film that really gets under your skin. It's a slow burn, but it does get under your skin. Really like that movie. I don't know why I'm using that hand. Castle Freak. I haven't seen this one. It was sent to me, and I will watch it at some point, but I have not seen that one. I will get around to it. This is the first Trauma film I think I'm mentioning, but The Children here on Blu-ray. Yeah, I haven't seen this one, but I do like Trauma, so I'm hoping to watch this one at some point. So yeah, bear with me, guys. I know there's a lot of things I have not watched yet that a lot of you guys have sent me. Bear with me. There's a lot I have to watch. Children of the Corn. I think this is the first Arrow I'm bringing out right now. So Children of the Corn. Love it, man. I grew up with this movie. I know it's not a perfect movie. I know there's a lot of flaws with it. The acting here and there is pretty meh. But Isaac, Malachi, I mean, seriously, I grew up with this movie. I'm a big Stephen King fan, so, like, of course I had to have this edition. And I don't think I'm going to upgrade to the 4K. I know this just recently came out with a 4K. I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. Children of the Corn, it's fine on Blu-ray. This is a good edition of it. I don't need to upgrade this one to 4K. It's kind of like how I feel like about The Evil Dead. Like, do I really need to upgrade that to 4K? It's already an old movie. It's going to look grainy. But yeah, Children of the Corn, in my opinion, it's a classic. In my opinion, it's a Stephen King classic. Child's Play remake. I do own the other Child's Play movies. They're the box sets. We will get to those box sets, but I do like this remake. I actually like this. I think it did something different, but still paid a lot of homage and respect to the original classic. I do like this movie. I think it's funny. I think Buddy the Doll is, yes, creepy looking, but still charming in a sense. Mark Hamill does a great voice. Chillerama. You want to watch a weird movie? This is one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. And I watched Phenomena not too long ago. This is one of the weirdest fucking things you will ever watch in your entire life. And I do apologize about the focusing and not focusing. Speaking of Stephen King classics, we got Christine here, the Steelbook. Again, another good edition. I don't know if I will upgrade this to 4K. I like this edition. It's a fine edition of Christine. I like that steelbook. I know it got a lot of hate. Like, people were saying that's a boring steelbook, but look at that. I just think it's gorgeous. And Christine right there looks dope. Clown, pretty good surprise. I like it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Surprised me. The Collector. Love this fucking movie. Love it, love it, love it. I wish we were getting a third movie, but I just know it ain't happening. The Collection. Again, really enjoyed it, and bummed out we're not getting a third movie. I think this is a great time. It's Saw meets Home Alone. You know, people have already said that 1,000 times, so I don't need to say it again, but... The Conjuring. Top 10 best horror films of the decade, I would say. Yeah, I would say that. I love The Conjuring. The first one, phenomenal. Speaking of... What could have been? What could have been? Annabelle. What a shitty movie. I watched this one about like half a year ago or so. No, actually a year ago, I think. Yeah, about a year ago. I rewatched this movie and oh my god, is it bad. I'm not joking. I was pissed watching that movie. I'm like, from what that movie could have been, we got such shit. The Conjuring 2, great follow-up to The Conjuring. James Wan, there's such a difference. You could definitely tell the difference between the directing of this movie right here and this movie. There's such a difference, and it shows almost every fucking time I see a Conjuring movie that's not directed by James Wan. It shows so much. Annabelle Creation, the third best Conjuring universe film in my utmost opinion. I had a blast with this movie. I genuinely am always like surprised how good this movie was. If this was the Annabelle movie we got after The Conjuring, my hopes would have been so much higher for all the other films. Like, I'm not joking. But then we get more films like The Curse of La Llorona, and though this is not a bad movie, like, this is not the worst of the Conjuring universe, this is definitely one of the ones that you're just like, oh, that is underwhelming. That is underwhelming. And it shouldn't be, because you had a great beginning to an awesome idea of a universe. The Nun. I watched this one. Again, I did a marathon of all the Conjuring movies. Not as bad. I kind of come to the conclusion that this is not as bad as I made it out to be the first time I watched it. Not great. Not great, but not like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And of course, Annabelle Comes Home is sticking to shit. Annabelle Comes Home. Fun. But it's also... This one I do have a love-hate relationship for. And I'll tell you why. Annabelle Comes Home to me was such a great idea. If they had focused on Annabelle the doll more, instead of making it about what we can possibly do for future installments, I would have liked it a lot more. But to me, the movie the entire time felt like it was trying to set up more sequels and spin-offs for the Conjuring universe that have nothing to do with Annabelle. And it bummed me out, man. And the CGI was shit. That werewolf, shame on you. Shame on you. That took me right out of the movie. I'm not even joking. When I saw that CGI abomination come out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, that's not scary at all. Because I've seen films so many times now that I can just tell the bad CGI from the good CGI, and this had a lot of bad CGI in it. That werewolf scene pissed me off so much, it almost ruined the movie for me. I'm not even joking, because it took me right out of it. Trawl. Love this fucking movie. This is a good time. That's a good time. Love killer animal movies. Crimson Peak, haven't watched it yet, but I've heard a lot of great things, so I gotta get around to that one at some point. I do have the rest of them, but the box set is up there, so Critters Attacks. That's Critters Attack. Cujo, speaking of killer animal movies, Cujo is another, again, like Children of the Corn, a Stephen King classic. I know it's a slow burn. I know there's not a lot going on here until, like, literally towards the middle or the end of the movie, but I enjoy it for what it is. Crystal Lake Memories. Love this thing. 8 hours of just learning about my favorite horror franchise of all time. I love it. I genuinely love Crystal Lake Memories. Great time. Very informative stuff. Darkman Trilogy. Haven't seen them, but I will get around to them. I've been posting that shit on Patreon pools for the longest time, and no reaction is coming yet, but hopefully soon. Dark Shadows. Tim Burton's Dark Shadows. I like it. I like it. This movie got a lot more hate than it deserved. And matter of fact, it doesn't even get talked about as much as I feel like it should be getting talked about. I like the feels. I like the mood. I like the atmosphere. I like Johnny Depp as Barnabas Collins. I like the family. The only thing I didn't like about this movie was that cringy Chloe Grace Moretz moment. And I like Chloe Grace Moretz. But that moment towards the end where she's like, yeah, I'm a werewolf. She looks at the camera. Woof. Cringy moment. It cringed me out. I know it works for people, but that really cringed me out. The Dark Tower. Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it, but I bought it because Stephen King's awesome. Okay, sorry, I had to move a lot of Blu-rays out of the way, but here we go with the continuating Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead double feature. You know, I like the Dawn of the Dead remake, but to be honest with you, out of these two, I actually prefer watching Land of the Dead. I like the creativity of Land of the Dead, and I do like the creativity of Dawn of the Dead, but Land of the Dead to me is just a fun time. No one talks about it, and that's understandable because, you know, George A. Romero, he has like a lot more better horror films out there, zombie films specifically. But Dead Ant, haven't seen it yet. Need to check this one out. This again, haven't seen it, but I will check it out. Dead Before Dawn, and the fact that it's a zombie film with Christopher Lloyd in it is just wow. So yeah, at some point I will definitely check out Dead Before Dawn. Is that focused right now? Okay, Dead Before Dawn. One of my favorite James Wan films of all time, does not get enough love, is Dead Silence. I fucking love this movie. Can we get a sequel, James? Can we get a sequel to this? Can we get like something? I'd love something with that. Deadly Blessing. It's not even close to my favorite Wes Craven film, but it's got its moments. It's got its creepy moments, but not necessarily for me. I think we're done with the plastic sleeved covered movie. So, Deep Blue Sea, really enjoyed it. My movie reaction is up on the channel, so if you guys want to see more of my opinion, then head on over there to my movie reaction. But we got Dario Argento's Demons. Please go and check out my Phenomena reaction. It's not getting a lot of views, and if you guys are Dario Argento fans and you want to see my reaction to any of his movies, Phenomena was just posted, so we got Demons, really good time. Love the effects, love the story. It's still my favorite Dario Argento film. And then we come to Demons 2. Not as good, but it's not bad. I enjoyed it for what it was. I like the visuals, I like the effects, I like those movies. The Descent, I'm claustrophobic. This movie had me. That movie had me. And oh my god, I don't think I felt more anxiety watching a movie than The Descent, to be honest with you. Devil's Due, haven't seen it, heard a lot of bad things. To be blunt and simple, get right to the point. Dog Soldiers, really need, I really do need to go ahead and watch this one. I really do. This is the Scream Factory release of the movie, but I will get around to it, I know. It's been I keep saying I'm going to react to a lot of these movies and haven't got done yet, but you can understand why. I mean, I'm busy. I'm a busy guy, and I've been doing a lot. Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I love Bela Lugosi as Dracula. I think he's very iconic, but the movie itself, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite Universal monster movie. It's not even in my top 3, but I do own it because it is a classic, regardless of if it's not my cup of tea. Dracula Untold. A movie I feel like got a lot more hate than it deserved, but I understand the hate for it regardless. So, I enjoyed it. I liked Luke Evans as the character, but I understand why. I understand why. Drag Me to Hell. Crazy movie. Just insanity. Sam Raimi returning to his former self, doing the horror films, Evil Dead style. And it's crazy, man. It's a good time, though. It's a good time. It's not one of my personal favorite Sam Raimi films, but I do understand the love. People, like, love that movie. Oh my god. It's crazy. Dreamcatcher. Boring as shit, but entertaining regardless. This is a weird one. Like, even in that sentence I just told you. Boring as shit, but entertaining. It's true. You almost have to watch it to believe me. It's boring, yet entertaining. I don't know what it is. It's a weird movie. Even me sitting here talking about Dreamcatcher for like 5 minutes, I couldn't do justice to talking about that movie. It's almost a movie you kind of have to see to believe. Don't Breathe. I liked it. I didn't love it like a lot of people do. I liked it. Not my favorite Fede Alvarez film. I understand why people love it again. But for me, the twist didn't work. I thought the movie overall was just pretty okay. I get why people love that, though. Escape from Tomorrow, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was filmed at, like, Disneyland illegally, so I do gotta watch it at some point, but I literally got that at a dollar store for, like, a couple bucks, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. The Evil Dead. Love it. This is, to me, this is some of Sam Raimi's best work. This is my second favorite Evil Dead film. This is my third favorite Evil Dead film, Evil Dead 2, or most people know it as Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. The more he dove into the comedy, the more I started tapping out. I'm going to be honest. So this, you can obviously tell, is my least favorite of the Evil Dead films, Army of Darkness. I enjoy the movie. I like the movie. I don't love it. I do like it, though. But the comedy stuff, man, when it doesn't hit, it really doesn't hit. And to me, I like my Evil Dead movies with horror, the horror vibe. So you better believe I'm upgrading this to the 4K, by the way. Evil Dead. And you guessed it, this is my favorite of the Evil Dead films. I love that the background got really fucking red when I pulled this up. Look at that. But no, this is my favorite Evil Dead film. I love the visuals. I went and saw this with my buddy in 2013. And though it's faded, like this thing is really faded right by now, but that's the ticket. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the ticket that came from the movie theaters back in 2013. And me and him, dude, being such Evil Dead fans, my friend Lane introduced me to the original Evil Dead. So when we went and saw this one, and we both were like watching the visuals, people getting chainsaws through the mouth, and all of that stuff, we just lit up with glee. It was everything we wanted, and it was all horror. Nothing funny about that movie. Loved it. The Exorcist. Let's get the red going on in the background. Please, like, go blood red. What can I say about The Exorcist, though? That hasn't already been said. And there's a lot of these movies you're going to hear me saying that, because it's true. There's nothing more I can say about these movies. The Exorcist is a classic. And though it's not the scariest movie I've ever seen, I can understand, again, why people would say it's the scariest movie they've ever seen. It's phenomenal. I love The Exorcist. And I am looking forward to seeing what they do with the remake, whatever they're doing. I think it's a sequel. I am looking forward to seeing what they do with it, so... The Faculty, my movie reaction is up on the channel for The Faculty if you guys want to go check that out. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't love it like a lot of people do, but I do enjoy it. It is a good time, and I do like it enough to own it in the collection. I go from saying that to one of the worst movies I've probably ever seen in my life. Fantasy Island. I own it, though. It was sent to me, so I do own it, and I'm glad to own it. It is one of the worst films I've ever seen. The story, the CGI is shit. Some of the visuals are really cool, but the twist at the end, wow, was it dumb. The twist at the end of this movie, was it dumb. When I say that, I'm genuine. I say that it was a dumb twist. I don't know what the filmmakers were thinking. Final Destination films. We got Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do not own the 5th one. I got to get to that one, but I've seen the first 2, and I like them. I like the first 2. I actually stopped watching the third one for some reason. I don't know why. The Final Wish, again with Lin Shaye. It's a more recent Lin Shaye film, and I don't have a lot of faith in that one. My movie reaction is up on the channel for this, Flowers in the Attic, the original. Go watch my reaction. I don't care for that movie. I don't. And it's not that it was a horribly made movie, it's just the story doesn't work for me. The concept of the incest doesn't work for me. To me, it's a weird movie, and it's boring, and it just doesn't work all that well. Found Footage 3D, I bought because of that slipcover. I mean, look at that fucking slipcover. That is gorgeous. A double feature. Mostly bought it because of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, great films. Dracula is one of my favorites. I actually own that one on 4K, which you will see. Friday the 13th, my favorite slasher franchise of all time. Friday the 13th, classic. Friday the 13th Part 2. I do own several of these movies. I double dipped on some of these because I love the Friday franchise. Friday the 13th Part 3, one of my favorite Fridays. It's actually the first horror film I've ever watched in my life, so it holds a special place in my heart. Rest in peace, Richard Brooker. My favorite Friday the 13th film, which is The Final Chapter. Love this fucking movie. Has good characters, has a great Jason, good atmosphere, good camp feeling. Love it. Friday the 13th Part 5 and 6. First Blu-ray I ever bought right here. Freddy vs. Jason. First Blu-ray ever bought. And then we got Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut, which the remake I hated at first, but I sort of grown attached to it ever since. I don't care for the porno aspect. It's very... You would almost think it's a porno movie, I swear to God. The Frighteners, my movie reaction is up on the channel, so if you guys want to hear more of my opinion, dive on into that. Favorite vampire film of all time right here. You guessed it, Fright Night. Dude, I love Fright Night. Welcome to Fright Night. I can do it. I can do it, but I love that movie. Fright Night 2. I don't own the original Fright Night 2 or the remake. I just own the remake of Fright Night 2 and the original Fright Night. I need to get those ASAP. From Dusk Till Dawn. Again, my movie reaction is up on the channel. If you guys want to hear my opinion, you guys will see me watch it for the first time, and I lose my shit. I loved it. It was a great time. Get Out. Really good movie. Still, I think this is my favorite Jordan Peele film. I cannot wait for Nope. Nope looks like a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure my camera is not focused right now, but Get Out. Ah. Na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I might upgrade this to 4K. I think at some point in the future I will. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I know that wasn't... Ghostbusters Afterlife. I still have not seen this one. I know a lot of people really like it, so I will get to this one at some point. Great movie. Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps. My movie reaction again is up on the channel, so if you guys want to hear more of my opinion, I do react to Ginger Snaps. I really enjoyed this one. That was a great time. And then we're going to go ahead and rush through these really quick, but we have all 3 Godzilla films, more recent Godzilla films. We got Godzilla from 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I still think this is my favorite of the 3. And then we got Godzilla vs. Kong. And I do have movie reactions for Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong on the channel. So if you guys want to hear more of my opinion on those, head on over there and do that. And then I also have, because we're doing this now, Goosebumps 1 and 2. That's right, Goosebumps 1 and 2. Goosebumps is this Goosebumps movie, I don't know where my camera is. This Goosebumps movie is a great time. I really enjoyed Jack Black as Arl Stein. Really enjoyed that. Grew up with the TV show, read the book, so I really enjoyed that one. This one, not so much. I didn't care for this one all that much. I thought Slappy was weird. I don't know. This one is just, it's odd. And I do have it because I am a Goosebumps fan. But, and maybe I'll give it another chance someday, but right now I just, not my cup of tea. Holy shit, Michael. We made it to We Slaughtered Barbecue. The epitome and the purpose of our trip is to make it to this area.
Oh yes. Food and cattle.
Yep. I just noticed, is that a cemetery way over there, or are those cattle?
No, I think that is a small cemetery.
Holy shit, that's kind of cool and creepy. That thing is massive, but there's not just that one. There are spiders literally
There's
everywhere.
one there. There's one there. There's one over there. And then there's this one here.
Dude, they're everywhere on the property.
Huge.
It's
Oh,
cool.
there's one there.